lot of times tattoo artists will argue with other tattoo artists about certain subjects, and they will say you can only do this or you can only do that, but they don't know the reason why. And they're arguing because somebody told them that's the way it is, but without knowing the reason behind it, it's really just a mute argument. And you can't really back up or support anything. So what I try to do with this channel is show you the information. What you guys need to do is look into the comments and see, because I will post some of the research I'm doing. You'll see why I say certain things and how I back up my information and where I'm getting my information from. It's actually from research. I'm not just making it up or going off of what Joe Blow tells me in the tattoo shop. And aftercare is one of those things where you hear a lot of different things and people use a lot of different things and they don't know the reason behind it. So I'm just going to tell you the why, and then I'm going to let you guys decide what's best for you, because you're going to do it anyways. And some of you are going to use cheaper stuff, some of you are going to use more expensive stuff, some of you are going to make home remedies, but whatever you're using, you just want to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to and you're doing it correctly. Nick Durant here with Tattoo University, and today I'm going to talk about tattoo aftercare. I'm not going to tell you what to use, but I'm going to tell you how to use whatever you're using. I've heard of all kinds of tattoo aftercare, like Aquaphor, petroleum jelly, even Luann's coconut oil. And I've tried a lot of things. I've done a lot of experiments to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And the thing is that really there's a reason why a lot of these work, no matter what you're using. Even though they're saying not to use petroleum jelly or Aquaphor because it clogs your pores, there is a reason why this still works on your tattoos, and it will help you heal. If your scabs get dry, they take a longer time to heal. Actually, keeping your scab moist will allow your tattoo to heal faster. And I've tried aloe vera lotions on tattoos and noticed it took a really long time for that to heal. I've used vitamin E. I've used all kinds of things and noticed that with the lotions, I had a longer heal time. And the reason being is that it dried out a lot faster. The lotions dried out and my tattoos dried out. So what I realized from that experiment was that I have to continue to reapply the lotions. If you're doing the Curel, if you're doing the lotions, you need to keep your tattoo moist. If you're doing the lotions, it's going to dry up quicker. So your tattoo will be moist, and then in about an hour, you're going to have to reapply it. Another hour, you're going to have to reapply it. So if you're not reapplying that lotion, it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Now, you might want to consider the Aquaphor and the coconut oil and the petroleum jelly if you don't want to reapply the ointments to your tattoo all the time. Because what this is doing, yes, you might get little zits and it might clog your pores, but it's keeping your tattoo from drying out. A lot of tattoo artists will tell you what to use, but they don't know the reason behind why you use those products. Now, a lot of people believe that the products with the vitamin E and this and that and all the herbal stuff is going to help your tattoo heal, but in reality, what's helping your tattoo heal is that moisture and keeping it from being dry. I've also tried going without lotion and seeing if my tattoos would heal better, and what I realized is it actually took a lot longer for the scab to come off instead of using the lotions. And then when I used the aloe vera and the vitamin E, it was still got very dry and took a long time to come off. So they're making these new bandages now that you put on your tattoos, and it's like a second layer of skin, and what that does is it helps keep the moisture on that tattoo so it'll heal quicker, and it keeps things out at the same time. If you look at some of the creams they have for scars now, they're called hydrogel creams. Hydro meaning water, and moisture. It helps keep your tattoos moist, and it helps keep scars moist so that they'll heal faster. So no matter what you're using, the main idea here and the reason why you put lotions on your tattoo is to keep it moist. If you look at the ingredients of a lot of these lotions, you will see that they have glycerin in them. Glycerin actually attracts moisture. They use glycerin for a lot of things. You can even brush your teeth with glycerin and it'll kill the bacteria in your mouth and make your breath smell better. So glycerin's in a lot of these lotions and it keeps things moist. You know, petroleum, it's an oil, it'll keep things moist also. So that's why it will work on your tattoo. So if you're using something, you have to make sure you're not having a adverse reaction to it. If you start getting redness around your tattoo, if you start breaking out, anything like that, something weird starts happening, just stop using that ointment. So you want to have a moist tattoo, but you don't want a wet tattoo. You don't want a wet scab. Your scab is tissue that binds together and it protects your skin while it's healing. But if it's moist and it starts falling out, it's not going to do its job. You're going to actually lose parts of your tattoo if you keep it wet. So that's why you only put a small amount of product on your tattoo, and I will show you how to do that right now. So here is a recently acquired tattoo, and if you touch it you can feel it's dry, so that's what we're trying to avoid. Even without touching it, I can kind of feel this sticky dryness on my leg here. So if you're using a regular lotion, you don't need a lot. You're just going to put a little bit and you're just going to work it in. Now that's going to soak into my skin and it's going to dry up in about an hour. So I'm going to have to reapply that if this is the route I'm going. So for a lotion, that's all I would do, and I just leave it alone. And you do want to wash your tattoo when you either bathe in the morning or at nighttime. You wash it. I do agree with washing it 3 times a day with soap and water, and then just don't mess with it after that. The less you mess with it, the better, in my opinion. Let your body heal itself. Just make sure you clean it 3 times a day, and usually you can clean that when you're in the shower, so that knocks out one of those times. Then you either do it in the afternoon or before you go to bed. So if you are using a petroleum-based product, what's going to happen is if you put this on here, it's going to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to get really wet, and it's just going to stay that way. And you want a moist tattoo. You don't want a wet tattoo. What you do is once you put it on there, you're going to get a paper towel and you're just going to take off all of the excess. And what this is going to do is when you put it on, your scab is going to hold on to what it needs. But you don't need all of that excess petroleum jelly or aquaphor, whatever it is on your skin. So once you wipe that down, your tattoo is going to be moist because it's holding on to a little bit of that. But you don't have all of that extra stuff